A teacher at Barstow has been canned and is now suing over her reaction to Charlie Kirk's assassination last month. Kansas City Star writing here, Amanda Lee, a former art teacher at the Barstow School, is seeking sums in excess of $25,000 for each count of breach of an employment contract and wrongful discharge, according to a lawsuit filed in Jackson County. Now, at first, I'm like, okay, maybe they have a case. But initially, my immediate reaction is, let's be honest. We have seen many examples, sadly, of educators, whether it's at the college level, on down, reacting in a really indecent, to put it politely, way to Charlie Kirk's assassination. And very little has happened to these people. I mean, some of them have been put on suspension, paid leave. They're back once the dust settles and people forget about it. That's what we've seen happen by and large around the country. So if Barstow is actually firing a teacher over this, you know and I know, they must have had the goods. But that's not what the teacher, of course, is claiming in this lawsuit. Amanda Lee began teaching at the school in the fall of 2021 and was continuously employed throughout a series of annual faculty employment agreements. On September 10th, the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Leah was returning from a classroom when a student informed her of the incident per the lawsuit. Leah then went to inform a student who was participating in an after-school event at the time. Other students present at the time thought that Kirk had only been shot, and some asked who he was. So what she is claiming is that she went back to her classroom, retrieved a computer, and showed the students the headline confirming Charlie Kirk's death, and that she did not celebrate it or make any derogatory statements. That's what the lawsuit claims. What is Barstow's side of this? This is where it gets good. In a 19-page response,
some details there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got the goods. A 19-page response from Barstow. Good on them. I mean, geez, I'm a fan of Barstow after this story. 19-page response to Leah's petition obtained by the Star. Barstow School alleged that the teacher, Leah, wasn't just answering students' questions about Charlie Kirk's death. The rebuttal alleges that when a staff member confronted Leah about the incident, she said, quote, "I guess you could say I was celebrating his death," and that she was being an a-hole. The school claims Leah told supervisors she would never do it again and understood why it was such a problem. It was after that conversation that the teacher, Amanda Lee, was asked to write an apology letter, according to the school. In the letter obtained by the Kansas City Star, Leah addresses the note to an unnamed recipient, stating that she was disgusted with herself and was thankful for the opportunity to apologize. She wrote, "I am sorry for my behavior and for making you feel so upset or uncomfortable that you needed to speak to administration. If I could go back and redo Wednesday afternoon," you may recall that Charlie was shot and killed on a Wednesday, September 10th, "I would. I can't go back, but I can apologize, which is doing the right thing." So they've got the goods on her. They've got her admitting to basically an inappropriate response to Charlie Kirk's assassination. She wrote a letter saying sorry to a fellow staffer at Barstow for her reaction. And I did some sleuthing last night. I did some heavy investigative journalism on this teacher. And what did I find? It wasn't difficult. And please, if you do this on your own, don't bother anybody, okay? Don't start sending messages to people. I do not want to condone that at all. I'm just sharing with you, I did this for the show to try to get some background information on this person. And what I found was a Facebook page that was filled with Ukrainian flags, Black Lives Matter propaganda, and to hit the trifecta, cats. cats. We've got cats in the mix as well. But there was more than that. There were selfies with Sharice Davids, anti-abortion propaganda, tied back to, or I should say pro-abortion propaganda. Sorry about that. Tied back to Value Them Both. There were profile pictures of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. There was even a cat in a rainbow bag. Well, that's a statement if I've ever seen one. This person wore their politics, their far-left politics, on their sleeve. Now, they have every right to do that. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but you know how people put those things on their Facebook pages? Like they have the expression and the circle around their profile picture or something like that. This teacher loved doing that. This teacher was a fan. All the Black Lives Matter, all the, wear your mask, mask up. All that stuff from the last few years was rampant on this person's social media profile. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to go out there and act incredibly asinine in the wake of an assassination, but it's certainly not impossible, right? I mean, if someone is going to act like a total jerk in the wake of some tragedy like that, it's probably going to be somebody who is hyper-political on their social media. And that's exactly what this person was, this teacher at Barstow. So I don't see any way that Barstow is going to have to pay a dime to this teacher. They've got her in writing apologizing for her behavior on the day of Charlie Kirk's assassination. I don't know what more you could possibly need. But it also, the moral of this story as well, is that there are so many attorneys looking for gigs, looking to make a buck. They'll take any case they can get their hands on here, including this one, because this is going absolutely nowhere in a 19-page response from Barstow. That's what got me as much as anything. So I got Barstow's back here, right? I'm sure they got some high-powered attorneys with the way they're charging for tuition these days, which has got to be what? I mean, they got to be 20, 30 grand, I got to imagine. Maybe more. Steven's in Kansas City. What's up, Steven?
Pete, is the economy this bad that she's got to sick the slip and fall lawyers on the Barstow private school, man? What we need to do is we need to start like having judge trials for this stuff. I mean, Barstow should go for like a judge trial, and I guarantee you there is like a ton more stuff that she probably did, in that 19 pages. But put it all out there. If instead of like treating this seriously, we should like put it out on the front page. It won't make the red star, but there's a different philosophy. I think that Barstow's probably got enough money where they don't have to worry about a settlement. We should start shaming them. That's what will stop this. If you just say we're gonna put everything that you said out there out in the open, and then you won't do this stupid stuff to begin with, or you won't put in a court case.
You know as well as I do that these schools have no interest in firing teachers by and large, even the private ones. So the fact that this teacher got blown out after apparently making comments about Charlie Kirk on the day that he died tells me that this was not her first strike.
Yeah. Well, the only reason she's suing is because they're sitting on a pile of cash, and if just one of these schools would humiliate her, for the obvious bad stuff that she's done, then that would stop a lot of. That's why my insurance is going through the roof, because I'm looking on the TV on these ads on the news. It's like every other ad is a slip and fall ambulance chaser. We've got to get.
That's true. We need major tort reform, but really neither state has any interest in doing it. I mean, half of Jeff City's bought off by the lobbyists for the attorneys, and that's on the Republican side of the aisle. But that's a totally different ballgame and story. But you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm seeing the same ads you are, brother. Especially the guy who thinks he's king. He thinks he's Tarzan flying through the freaking jungle.
It would be delicious. It would be delicious. Just one time. I want to see. We wouldn't have to bring a jury in this. Barstow could say, "What we only want a judge trial, and I want to hear every detail of this woman's, like the Facebook page, Black Lives Matter, abortion propaganda, everything that she's done in the classroom.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be there. I would be there. I'd put on court TV or something. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, that's great. Put it on court TV. Thank you, Stephen. Good call. The text line, Pete, my kids went to Barstow, very liberal staff, trans bathrooms. My son learned about 72 genders 8 years ago. If they're canning her, it is serious. Bingo. That's exactly where my head went. Like, Barstow is not firing a left-of-center teacher who is just informing the kids as to what happened the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. There is no way that is happening.